This is the LC Media Network, and thank God we're here. This is Sports Final, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the details from the headlines that makes the whole sports world swing, here he is with the mighty juiced sporty balls, Steve the Baxman Baxley. All righty, get the covering off. Hey, how are ya? We survived. That's right. How you doing, everybody? Good morning on the East Coast and Midwest. It's still night in the beautiful area of the West Coast. We knew that would happen. Hang on, folks. Gotta fix the chair. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Oh. Hey, asking that, I just started. All right, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. Got to just put one more caster in, and then we'll get our show started. We got a all right, we're here. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Football season has officially begun. We had the Thursday night kickoff, and by God almighty, anyone that ever thought and I mean ever thought Tom Brady had missed a freaking step, you missed one hell of a good game tonight, kids. Tom Brady, he was in freaking incredible tonight, and we will be doing some talking about that. In fact, we're going to do that right now as we review tonight's game, the as we say, the traditional kickoff. Did not lose a step. We're trying desperately to see if they're going to publish. Thank you. Buccaneers win the game in the last second with one hell of a wild field goal, 31-29. We can only give you the box score right now. No details have been posted up. For the Cowboys, Prescott passed for 403 yards and 3 touchdowns. Elliott rushed 11 attempts, 33 yards. Cooper had 13 receptions for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, on the Bucs side, Tommy Buccaneer, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns. Fournette, 9 rushing attempts for 32 yards. Antonio Brown, dear Lord, has that man had a career resurgence or what? What can Brown do? Well, 5 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown. This guy was just off his damn rocker. He was amazing. So do we have the recap, Evu? I hope we do. Do we have a recap? Please tell me we have a recap. Please tell me we have a recap. We don't have a recap? Okay, so we don't have a recap. Let's just do we have more of the box score? Thank you. A little low, please. Okay, thank you. Prescott had 403 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, an interception, and 13 rushing yards. Tommy Buccaneer, 379 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The stats, well, you want to do it like this? We'll do it like this. Okay, it all began first quarter. Tom Brady pass complete to the Dallas end zone. The catch made by Goodwin. Gain of 5 yards, 9 plays, 94 yards, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Time of possession. Sukop's extra point was good, and Tampa Bay led 7-0. Dallas came back. Prescott pass short, left complete to the Tampa Bay 7. Catch was made by Lamb at the Tampa Bay 7, gain of 22 yards. Lamb for 22 yards, touchdown. Zerline got the extra point, 7 plays, 75 yards, 3:49 time of possession. We were tied at 7. We then went to the second quarter, and there's where Tommy Buccaneer just laid the law down. Pass short right, complete to the Dallas end zone by none other than his passing buddy, Rob Gronkowski. Right to the 2, and got the 2 yards. Sukop, extra point, damn good. 6 plays, 50 yards, 2:53 time of possession. It was 14-7. Dallas came back. Prescott recovered the fumble. Tampa Bay 5. The short pass left to the Tampa Bay end zone by Cooper. Gain of 5, put it through. Zerline missed the extra point, 5 plays, 27 yards, 2:08 time possession. Tampa Bay led by a single point. But it wasn't over yet. No, sir. 38-yard field goal by Zerline, 4 plays, 40 yards, 52 seconds. It was 16-14, Dallas with the lead, but that wasn't for long. Brady, 47-yard catch made by Brown at the Dallas 47, and he ran it in. Sukop's extra point was good. 2 plays, 57 yards. We went to the half, 38 seconds, by the way, time of possession. Tampa Bay went to the half by 5, 21-16. Dallas came back and in the third, shapped the lead down to just 2 points. Zerline, 21-yard field goal attempt was good. 13 plays, 56 yards, 5:45 time of possession. And it was a 2-point Tampa Bay lead, 21-19, but Tommy Brady had magic still in those hands of his. Pass short, middle, complete to the 8-yard line of Dallas. Rob Gronkowski once again, an 11-yard run. He made it like butter. Sukop's extra point was very good. 4 plays, 35 yards, 2:08 time of possession. It was a 9-point Buccaneer lead, 28-19. Drew Prescott, he wasn't done. He passed deep and right to the end zone by Cooper. 21-yard throw. Zierlein's extra point was good. And it was a 2-point Tampa Bay lead. 10 plays, 75 yards, 5:50 time possession. Tampa Bay, 2-point lead, 28-26. Zierlein in the final quarter came back with a vengeance, 48-yard field goal attempt. It was good, 11 plays, 75 yards, 3:28 the time of possession. Dallas led it 29-28. And then, with no timeouts left, Tom Brady once again, the magician, performed some sleight of hand and feats of magic that no quarterback could ever even attempt. Got it to the 36-yard line of Dallas, and with just about 7 seconds remaining, 36-yard field goal attempt was perfect. I'm just going to say it was mid-perfect. 11 plays, 62 yards, 122 the time of possession. Tampa Bay led it 31-29. Last-ditch effort for Dallas to even attempt to make anything didn't work. So the kickoff was a classic again. Tampa Bay comes back and beats Dallas by a deuce, 31-29. What a game. What a game. And we still got some Sunday games coming up, and we're going to tell you all about them right now. But I know a rabbi, a good friend of ours, Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman, who's got to be thrilled to his yarmulke on just how good this game was. In fact, thank you. In fact, if we go to his prediction, Viva, how good that prediction was. I mean, I don't know if he was spot on or anything, but we'll find out shortly. We will find out shortly, and I hit the wrong thing, guys. I was going for accessories. Thank you. Okay, there we go. We're not stopping yet. We just got... yes, you did, and please remember... Thank you. Okay. Yes, you had it on 4, Mom. Red light from Dover. Okay, we have... Boom. Let's get to our rapping with the rabbi. And by God, he got close. Final score prediction by Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman from the Vatican Football League. Tampa Bay 32, Dallas 21. Final score, Tampa Bay 31, Dallas 29. Did not disappoint. So we go like that, and we go that. And before we go, I did put that down. Yes, thank you. Ba 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 ba. And there's his first win now. Now that we've done that, I want to remind you that every Tuesday night, we will be bringing you the best of the best. And that is, of course, our Monday night quarterback. We hope you'll tune in for that. But once again, what a game that was. Delightful game. Tom Brady. I don't want to, I'm not going to jinx him. I'm just going to say it. He got one. I think he's going to go for two. I think he's got a chance for two. I know it's early in the season, but okay, let's give you the rundown what's coming on Sunday. Before we hit our lucky rabbit's feet. Hey. All righty, let's zap in with week number 1. And here's what we got for you. 1 o'clock games on CBS. Oh, wait a minute. We don't. Oh, yeah. Now I understand where we got to go. Do. Okay, boom, bam. This should help us. In fact, it does. All right. Our 1 o'clock games for CBS. Pittsburgh and Buffalo, which is going to be seen in most of the country. I'd say about 65% of the country will be seeing Pittsburgh and Buffalo, done by Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. About 10% of the country will be seen, and that's down south. Jacksonville and Houston will be done by Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta. About 10 to 15% of the country will be seeing the Jets in Carolina, done by Andrew Catalan and James Lofton. About 10% of the country will be seeing the LA Chargers in Washington, Spiro Dides and Jay Feely. And in that same realm, about 5% will be seeing Arizona at Tennessee, Tom McCarthy and Tiki Barber. And the late game, which will be 95% of the country, you'll see Cleveland at Kansas City, done by the comedy team of Jim Nance and Tony Romo. That's right, done by Jim Nance and Tony Romo, while about 5% of the country will have Miami at New England, Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Now, the early games for Fox, and we're using 506sports.com's map. The early games, Seattle and Indianapolis, about 40% of the country will be glued to that one. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma. Equal 40% will see Philadelphia and Atlanta. Of course, Detroit and California, which I get, or Michigan and California, and a little touch of Nevada will get the San Francisco-Detroit game. Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez with the call. And about 25 to 30% of the country will have Minnesota at Cincinnati, Chris Meyer and Daryl Johnson. Now, the late game, and here's where about, I'd say 92% of the country will be taking a gander at Green Bay at New Orleans, live from Jacksonville. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman will have the call. And 5% of the nation will get Denver at New York, Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth. Those of you in Philadelphia, Bangor, Maine, Green Bay will get will go from the Green Bay New Orleans game to the Denver and Giants game. There you go. And of course, Monday night. Let's see, Sunday night you got Chicago and the Rams. That'll be the first game for the Rams' new quarterback, guy by the name of who is the quarterback for the Rams? I've already forgot. Who is the QB for the Rams? Ollie? Oh, Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. Matthew Stafford's going to be quarterbacking that game. And, of course, the Monday night game, which will be seen on both ESPN and ABC. And we'll get the multicast treatment along the rest of the ESPN family O networks. Baltimore and Vegas will be the Monday night debut. So, before we dabble any further with the rest of our broadcast here tonight, let's kick it over to the other NFL side and get to some words of wisdom. And here are the words of wisdom. We don't suck. But here we go again, folks. Here we go again. Let's see, 21. Oops. Let's do it right. And 109. Boom, boom. Alas. Oops. Well, we got a little unearthed here. Let's, I'm a neat nick when it comes to adding stuff like this. So we have a loss. Oops. We have a loss and 2 wins. Yep. And 2 wins. There we go. Okay. We have already done that one. So right now, everything looks good. Okay. It's not easy being me, but still, we make it work. Okay, let's get to the biggie and get to the baggie and get to the bogey. You want to do the college football? Yeah, okay. Let's get you some CBB. Once again, with 506 Sports College Football Week Numero Dos. Tomorrow night, college football. You got 7:30 Kansas at Coastal Carolina on ESPN2. 8 p.m. North Carolina A&T at Duke on the ACC network, powered by ESPN. 9 p.m. North Carolina, Utah State on the CBS Sports Network, and that's 9:30 University of Texas, El Paso at Boise State on Fox Sports 1. ABC will have 3 games for you on Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock with Florida at South Florida, and that will be immediately followed by Iowa at Iowa State, and then the big one Saturday night at the Big House, Washington at Michigan. Once again, that's at the Big House. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be on ABC. And I'm glad to say, ESPN, you're doing an okay job slowly bringing back an iconic name. I mean, we all know ABC for sport. ABC not only one of the best networks, but they also carry sports. And it was wrong for you guys to close down ABC Sports to begin with. It should have been ABC Sports and ESPN Company. But all of us forget you're 80% owned by Disney, 20% owned by Hearst Television. Apparently you forget that too. Anyway, I digress. CBS will have Air Force and Navy. NBC, now this is going to be unusual, so let me explain. NBC usually would be the home for Notre Dame football, the home games especially. But this time they're doing it a little different. It's Toledo at Notre Dame. This game will not be on the network. It'll be on Peacock. It'll be on their streaming service, Peacock. So if you're looking for Toledo and Notre Dame, it'll be on the Peacock. It'll be on the NBC streaming service, Peacock. Fox's triple threat will be Oregon at Ohio State, Texas A&M versus Colorado, and Stanford at USC will be the late baller. ESPN will carry Pittsburgh and Tennessee at noon, followed at 7 by Texas and Arkansas, and their late game will be Utah at BYU. The Deuce will have South Carolina and East Carolina at noon. Around 3:30, 4 o'clock, UAB at Georgia, North Carolina State at Mississippi State, and the late starter will be UNLV at Arizona State. ESPNU will have Miami, Ohio at Minnesota at noon. California TCU around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Appalachian State at Miami around 7. And no late starter. ESPN News is out of the luck. Fox Sports 1 has a quad header with Tulsa at Oklahoma State at noon, Ball State at Penn State around 3:30, 4 o'clock, Eastern Michigan at Wisconsin at 7, and Hawaii at Oregon State at around 10:30, 11 o'clock. The regional sports networks, meaning Bally Sports, Bally Sports and NBC Sports Network will probably carry Kennesaw State at Georgia Tech at noon Eastern. Check your local listings because some of the regional sports networks will be carrying baseball. The SEC Network's going to have Alabama State at Auburn at noon. Mercer around 3:30, 4 o'clock plays at Alabama. Missouri plays at Kentucky at around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Big Ten Network's got a couple of big games at noon Eastern time. Indiana State at Northwestern or Youngstown State at Michigan State. Of course, those of us here in the Michigan area, we will be getting the Youngstown State, Michigan State game. Both games, one of which will be on the main network. The other one will be on what they call the Overflow Network. That's followed at around 3:30, 4 o'clock by Buffalo, Nebraska. And another twofer, Howard, Maryland, or Idaho at Indiana. The ACC Network's got Illinois, Virginia at around 11. Rutgers at Syracuse will follow. They will be followed by SC State at Clemson and Jacksonville State at Florida State. Pac-12 Network, only 2 games. Portland State at Washington State and San Diego State at Arizona. And CBS Sports Network will have Western Kentucky at Army at 11:30. Then they'll have the Big Ten game between Purdue at Connecticut. That's Big Ten versus non-conference. Houston at Rice around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Then Vanderbilt at Colorado State will pitch the Royal Tent Fit for that game. By the way, the Youngstown State at Michigan State game, that'll be done by former WLNS Channel 6 weekend sports anchorette Lisa Byington and Anthony Herron. So there you go. Any other games, by the way? No, we'll give you the assignments, etc. Coming up tomorrow. But I just thought it might be interesting to give it to you. And speaking of giving it to you, let's give it to you quick and clean and not obscene. Well, we'll still give it to you obscene. Our sporty balls will not allow us to be clean. Okay, it's time for baseball scores. And as always, they are presented to you by our good friends over at Caesar Sportsbook. Remember, Carl, we are all Caesars. And here we go. St. Louis, wow. They let the Dodgers know that their defense is weakening. Cardinals beat the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1, 2-5-0 for the Cards, 1-4 for the Dodgers. Reyes gets a win for the Cards. He's 6-8. Bickford gets a loss for the Dodgers. He's 3-2. And Gallegos went to court and got his 6th save. Oakland Athletics over the Chicago White Sox 3-1, 3-6-0 for the A's, 1-7-1 for the White Sox. Manea gets the win for the Athletics. He's 9-9. Lopez gets the loss for the White Sox. He's 3-2. And Chafin, well, he put a little powder on it, and he got his third save. Indians over the Twins 4-1, 4-9-0 for the Indians, 1-4-0 for the Twins. Quantrill gets the win for the Twins. He's 5-3. Albers gets the loss for Quantrill gets the win for the Indians. He's 5-3. Albers gets the loss for the Twins. He's 1-2. And Klaas did not get dismissed, but he did get his 23rd save. Marlins over the Mets 3-2, 3-7-0 for the Marlins, 2-4-1 for the Mets. Blyer gets the win for the Marlins. He's 3-2. Familia gets the loss for the Mets. He's 9-4, and Floro gets his 9th save. Rockies over the Phillies 4-3, 4-11-0 for the Rockies, 3-6-1 for the Phillies. Gilbreth gets the win for the Rocks. He's 1-1. Kennedy gets the loss for the Phils. He's 0-1, and Estevez gets his sixth save. Yay. Kansas City Royals beat the depressing Baltimore Warriors. Why did you do that? Can we go back there, guys? Thank you. There we go. Kansas City Royals beat the depressing Baltimore Warriors by a score of 6-0. Let's get rid of the black box. Thank you. 6-10-0 for the Royals. 0-3-0 for the Warriors. Hernandez gets the win for the Royals. He's 6-1. Means gets the loss for the Warriors. He's 5-7. Blue Jays, they made a game of it, and it was leapfrog. They beat up the Yankees 6-4, 6-13-1 for the Blue Jays, 4-9-1 for the Yankees. Barrios gets the win. He's 10-7. Romano gets the loss. He's 0-1. In 10 innings, the Atlanta Braves beat up the Washington Nationals 7-6, 7-9-2 for the Braves, 6-9-0 for the Nationals. Hey, Matt, how you doing, my friend? Sueno or Surio gets the loss for the Nats. Well, let's do it again. Webb gets the win for the Braves. He's 3-2. Surio gets the loss for the Nationals. He's 2-3. And that, ladies and gentlemen, for want of a better word, is your baseball scores for the major leagues. Oops. There we go. Either way. Okay. There we go. Let's do some of the standings right now because we are getting very close. Matt says, I'm doing well. Just got done watching that VTuber you were watching. She's pretty good. Yes, she is. She's a good friend. And she's got a comic book coming out. If you go to Indiegogo and look up or go to Indiegogo.com, there's a comic book called Peregrine, Peregrine. I'll give you the locale on Skype, and she's good at what she does. Edits, she does voiceovers, and she does a lot of stuff on YouTube, including a wild and wacky show called F It, and it is funny as hell. I will guarantee you that. Okay, let's give you the standings right now in the two leagues, American and National, as my hat falls off my head. There we go. Let's get to this proper and get to the American League East. Tampa Bay still on top and widening their lead. They are at 88-52. They're 9 up on Boston at 80-62. 10 up on the Yankees at 78-62. 10.5 up on Toronto at 77-62. And they are 42.5 up on Baltimore, who's 45-94. They've been eliminated since about 2 months ago. Central Division. Chicago White Sox continue to amaze and confound the critics. They're at 80-60, still the top dog. They're 10 up on Cleveland at 69-69. Detroit, the White Sox are 14.5 up on Detroit at 66-75. 17 up on Kansas City at 63-77. And 18 up on the Minnesota Twins at 62-78. And in, I guess, what we're going to have to call the last known true contest in the American League, the Western Division, the Houston Astros, still the top at 81-58, 5.5 up on the Oakland Athletics, and the Seattle Mariners, both at 76-64. They're 12.5 up on the LA Angels at 69-71. And once again, for those of you just tuning in, if you wonder why we ring the bell every time we mention 69, it's because, as they say, it's a workable number. And they're 30 up on Texas, which is 51-88, and the Texas Rangers have already been eliminated. Let's go now to National League. In the Eastern Division, Atlanta is still the top dog, and this one's getting a little bit heated. Atlanta has 74-65. They're 3.5 up on Philadelphia at 71. Thank you, boys. Turn it off. At 71-69. 5 up on the Mets at 70-71. 15.5 up on Miami at 59-81. And 16.5 up on Washington at 58-82. In the Central Division, Milwaukee, the Brewers are drinking up the beer, folks. They're still on top at 86-55, and they have literally broke from the herd. Cincinnati is, no, let's do it properly. Milwaukee is 12 up on Cincinnati at 74-67, 14 up on St. Louis at 71-68. 21 up on the crashing Chicago Cubs at 65-76. 35.5 up on Pittsburgh, and they have just been eliminated at 50-90. And in the West, all right, kiddies. In the Western Division, San Francisco, open up your Golden Gate. What a night. What a game. What a team. San Francisco at 90-50. They're 2.5 up on the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers at 88-53. 15.5 up on San Diego at 74-65. 26.5 up on Colorado at 64-77. And 45 up on Arizona, who's already been eliminated at 45-95. And get ready, because we must see. And yep, congratulations, the worst team in baseball. Welcome back, Arizona. Arizona, welcome back to being the worst team in baseball. And as we go from the majors to the minors, we work it fast. Why? Because we are fast. Let's get you over to the minor league action. AAA, middle of the 7th. It's Tacoma 10, Sacramento 7. In the top of the 8th, it is Las Vegas 6, Reno 2. Final score is Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Rochester, 5-1. 5-6-0 for Scranton, 1-2-0 for Rochester. That was in the second game. In the first game, Scranton Wilkes-Barre defeated Rochester 11-3, 11-9-1 for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 3-7-1 for Rochester. In 6 innings, Buffalo over Syracuse 6-4, 6-5-0 for Buffalo, 4-7-0 for Syracuse. Gwinnett over Columbus 1-0, 1-8-0 for Gwinnett, 0-1-3 for Columbus. Louisville over Indianapolis 6-3, 6-9-1 for the Ville, 3-7-0 for Indianapolis. Norfolk over Durham 6-5, 6-8-1 for Folk, 5-9-1 for Durham. I don't know if they're wearing any ladies' underwear, but you never know. Albuquerque, the Isotopes over El Paso, 7-6, 7-13-3 for Albuquerque, 6-11 and 0, which is 0 for El Paso. We continue. That was the first game. That was the second game. First game, El Paso beat Albuquerque 8-5, 8-10-1 for El Paso, 5-9-1 for Albuquerque. 10 innings, Jacksonville over Charlotte, 6-5, 6-9-1 for the Ville, 5-13-0 for Charlotte. Round Rock over Sugarland, la da 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 da. Oh, honey, honey. That's right, folk. Round Rock over Sugarland, 6-4, 6-11-2 for the Rock, 4-5-0 for the Land. Omaha over St. Paul, 4-2, 4-6-1 for Omaha, 2-6-2 for St. Paul. Nashville over Memphis, 5-0, 5-6-0 for the Ville, 0-6-0 for Memphis. Iowa over Toledo, 5-1, 5-8-0 for Iowa, 1-6-1 for Toledo. Oklahoma City over Salt Lake, 12-8, 12-13-1 for Oklahoma City, 8-14-3 for Salt Lake. Lehigh Valley and Worcester were postponed. They'll make it up on the 11th. All right. Let's go to AA. Hail. And here we go. Midland in a double dip. Midland and Corpus Christi split them. Midland took game 1, 1-0, 1-3-0 for Midland, 0-4-1 for Corpus Christi. In the second game, Corpus Christi won that one, 8-0, 8-7-1 for Corpus Christi, 0-4-0 for Midland. Altoona over Erie, 8-3, 8-10-1 for Altoona, 3-6-4 for Erie. Bowie over Harrisburg, 5-3, 5-7-0 for Bowie, 3-4-1 for Harrisburg. Akron over Richmond, 11-7, 11-15-0 for Akron, 7-13-1 for Richmond. Chattanooga over Tennessee, 5-1, 5-8-3 for Chattanooga, 1-3-0 for Tennessee. Biloxi over Pensacola, 5-2, 5-7-0 for Biloxi, 2-5-1 for Pensacola. Mississippi over Montgomery by a score of 4-3, 4-8-1 for Mississippi, 3-7-0 for Montgomery. Birmingham over Rocket City, 8-7, 8-8-0 for Birmingham, 7-12-0 for Rocket City. Northwest Arkansas over Wichita, 14-7, 14-13-0 for Northwest Arkansas, 7-8-1 for Wichita. Arkansas netted one over Springfield. 4-10-0 for Arkansas, 3-4-1 for Springfield. Frisco Kid was a friend of mine, but they still beat San Antonio 6-3, 6-9-3 for Frisco, 3-6-3 for San Antonio. Amarillo over Tulsa, 6-5, 6-12-1 for Amarillo, 5-6-1 for Tulsa. Hartford and Somerset were postponed. They'll make it up on September 11th. Birmingham and Binghamton and Portland were canceled due to rain, and New Hampshire and Reading were canceled due to COVID. Whoops, hang on. All right, let's go to high A, then we'll go to low A, and then we'll get to the headlines and everything else that we got to do here on this broadcast. Get it as close to an hour as we can get. Okay, we're in the high A. Let's go. Top of the 8th inning, Vancouver leads Spokane 13-5. In the end of 8, Eugene leads Everett 4-1. Final scores, Bowling Green and Winston-Salem split a pair. Winston-Salem winning game 1, 9-4, 9-9-2 for Winston-Salem, 4-8-1 for Bowling Green. Bowling Green came back in the second game and won 3-2. 3-5-0 for Bowling Green, 2-6-0 for Winston-Salem. 10 innings, Rome beat Asheville 11-9, 11-13-1 for Rome, 9-12-2 for Asheville. Lake County defeated Dayton 9-8, 9-10-2 for Lake County, 8-11-1 for Dayton. Greenville over Hickory 9-6, 9-13-0 for Greenville, 6-11-2 for Hickory. Wilmington over Aberdeen by a score of 6-5, 6-9-0 for Wilmington, 5-8-0 for Aberdeen. Jersey Shore, Jersey Shore, they beat Greensboro 8-5, 8-9-3 for Jersey Shore, 5-8-0 for. Never love Greensboro. 5-8-0 for Greensboro. Hey. Brooklyn over Hudson Valley 6-4, 6-8-0 Brooklyn, 4-7-2 Hudson Valley. West Michigan over the Great Lakes Loons 10-5, 10-12-2 for West Michigan, 5-5-4 for Great Lakes. Lansing Lugnuts playing for Pride. They beat Fort Wayne 7-4, 7-6-1 for Lansing, 4-8-0 for Fort Wayne. In 11 innings, Peoria beat Quad Cities 8-5, 8-13-0 for Peoria, 5-11-3 for Quad Cities. For in another game, Cedar Rapids beat Wisconsin 11-4, 11-13-0 for Cedar Rapids, 4-7-0 for Wisconsin. South Bend over Beloit 5-2, 5-5-1 for South Bend, 2-5-0 for Beloit. Hillsboro and Tri-Cities canceled due to COVID. We go now to the low A. That's right. We talk low A. And they're all finals, so let's go to it. Fort Myers over Palm Beach by a score of 7-6. 7-11-0 for Fort Myers, 6-11-2 for Palm Beach. Charleston over Myrtle Beach, 12-1, 12-11-0 for Charleston, 1-3-1 for Myrtle Beach. Their second game was postponed. It'll be made up tomorrow on the 10th. Augusta over Columbia in the first game. Augusta, by the way, they beat Columbia in both ends. 4-0 in the first game, 4-5-1 for Augusta, 0-1-2 for Columbia. And in the second game, Augusta beat Columbia again, 6-4, 6-8-0 for Augusta, 4-5-2 for Columbia. Jupiter over Daytona, 7-1, 7-11-1 for Jupiter, 1-9-3 for Daytona. Salem over Lynchburg, 13-2, 13-10-0 for Salem, 2-5-4 for Lynchburg. Bradenton over Clearwater, 9-4, 9-10-0 for Bradenton, 4-8-3 for Clearwater. Fort Myer over Palm Beach, 11-2, 11-14-1 for Fort Myer, 2-5-1 for Palm Beach. Kannapolis over Fayetteville by a score of 3-1, 3-5-1 for Kannapolis, 1-2-0 for Fayetteville. Delmarva over Fredericksburg, 6-2, 6-6-1 for Delmarva, 2-4-2 for Fredericksburg. Visalia in 10 innings beat Lake Elsinore 5-4, 5-7-4 for Visalia, 4-6-3 for Lake Elsinore. San Jose over Stockton, 16-6, 6-13-2 for San Jose, 6-11-0 for Stockton. Rancho Cucamonga over Inland Empire, 6-5, 6-12-2 for Rancho Cucamonga, 5-6-1 for Inland Empire. Dunedin leads Tampa 5-0 after 3.5. They suspended the game due to rain in the bottom of the fourth. The game will be completed on September 10th. We have 3 games. 2 of them were postponed and 1 was canceled. The 2 postponed were Lakeland at St. Lucie and Down East in Carolina. The Down East Carolina game will be made up tomorrow. Don't know about Lakeland, St. Lucie. Fresno, Modesto, they were canceled. And that is your minor league report. Glad to have you with us. Okay, let us now get down to our media bites, and we do so knowing full well we have an extra 20 minutes of our broadcast, and let's give you some of the news here for you. And sadly, a little over a month ago, the folks that own 80% of ESPN, Disney, announced the vaccine requirement for all salaried and non-union hourly employees. By extension, ESPN, which is 80% owned by Disney, 20% owned by Hearst Broadcasting, they were covered by this mandate, with Mike Soltis actually sharing that ESPN was a bit ahead of Disney in terms of timeline and implementing the policy. ESPN was ahead of the Disney policy because various leagues, events, and conferences were either communicating their preference or letting on their location was legally mandated. Now, given the law of averages as well as ESPN's size, it was a matter of time before a high-profile personality became the first to be in violation of this policy and have their work assignments and potentially long-term status affected. Well, guess what? It happened. Our friends at Awful Announcing learned that sideline reporter Alice absent from college football broadcasts last week and also this upcoming week because of her vaccination status. Williams did not appear on the sidelines during week 1 and is not listed for the week 2 assignments. However, a previous ESPN press release did name her among a mosaic of people who will be doing college football work this season. Williams and cryptically addressed her status on the Sideline Pass podcast, which she co-hosts with fellow ESPN sideline reporter Molly McGrath and Chris Budin. Over the weekend, Williams posted a photo of her on her Instagram showing a bouquet of flowers with Budin and McGrath tagged with the message, "Home is not where I want to be on the first weekend of college football, but that's where I am." Williams went on to say that she was thankful for the most thoughtful and supportive friends to ease the pain of being away from the game I love. Now, during the summer, Williams posted a few tweets about vaccines before the ESPN mandate was made up or was discussed or was thought up. Either words will do. Now, while it should be noted that interviews last year were conducted from distance or in some cases with the sideline reporter not even on the field, that does seem to be the case this year with the reporters now literally on the field. Now, what's likely the case is that Williams, currently one of many ESPN employees seeking a medical or religious exemption for the vaccine. Well, getting that exemption, though, takes a thorough review to either grant or deny, and that's probably why there's a lack of full explanation from her at this point. Even if Williams does gain that exemption, it's still highly unlikely she would return to the sidelines, given various conference, state, and local venue restrictions on unvaccinated people. Unlike other positions that can be done remotely, the physical nature of sideline reporting would likely prevent ESPN from allowing Williams to return to her normal role. So there you go. Boo-hoo. Maybe during college football season. ESPN, who ceremoniously removed Max Kellerman from the Stephen A. Smith show. Well, they announced a new show for Max Kellerman. It's called This Just When news of Max Kellerman departing from First Take circulated, and we used the word departing in quotes, those reports also mentioned that the longtime ESPN personality will begin a midday TV show in addition to hosting ESPN Radio's morning show with Keyshawn Johnson and Jay Williams. Well, on Thursday, the network announced the details of Kellerman's new program. This Just In will debut next September 14th, 2 p.m. with Kellerman, joined by ESPN sports-specific insiders and analysts to provide insight and commentary on breaking news, daily upcoming events. Think of it as SportsCenter on acid. Segments for the new show will include the agenda, quick look at storylines to watch for in the coming evening of sports. Afternoon weigh-in, Kellerman will dig in on a trending topic with his own commentary and debate with guests. Best bets, looking at the evening's key games with important stats and betting info. Sports-specific segments will include QB Sneak, evaluating recent quarterback performances with NFL analysts, and it will be live for an hour. Live 1-hour show, This Just In, will take over the time slot previously occupied by Jalen and Jacoby and Highly Questionable. The abridged televised version of Jalen and Jacoby moved to the Deuce, airing at 4 beginning next Tuesday. Highly Questionable has been canceled, with the final show broadcasting Friday, September 10th at 2:30. cancellation has been long expected since original host Dan Lepatard left ESPN, but continued since January with a rotating cast of panelists, including Mina Kimes, Pablo Torre, Bomani, Israel Gutierrez, Dominique Foxworth, Sarah Spain, and what's her name? Katie Nolan, among many other network personalities. However, a new version of the show with the same rotating cast will live on through ESPN's digital platforms. Titled Debatable, the show's new format will run 45 to 60 minutes, streaming on the network's Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube accounts, in addition to the fun-filled ESPN app. ESPN Executive Vice President and Executive Editor of Production, Norby Williamson, said, "With the addition of this just in, we've added yet another opportunity for live reaction in a key time slot. Max is always able to successfully connect and resonate with fans in a meaningful way across platforms, and it's great to have him leading this new show." And there you go. That's it for two things. Let's give one more while we've done that. Let's see. Yep, let's hello. Hello, how are you? A little shorty porty here from for soccer freaks. BN Sports and its kissing cousin, BN Sports Extra, are going to be a part of the YouTube TV's Sports Plus package. Yahoo. So there you go on that side. There you go on that side. And more news for National Football League. In advance of the start of the 2021 NFL season, the NFL announced a 10-year extension with Verizon worth over $1 billion. It was big on 5G and stadiums, with 25 of the league's 30 venues covered. Yay! Per Sports Business Journal, the billion-dollar deal is focused more on tech than content. Now, in previous years, Verizon had free mobile streaming rights to NFL games and also paid $20 million for the exclusive rights to the NFL's Ravens-Jaguars game in London in 2017. Now, also in 2017, the NFL and Verizon agreed to a new deal worth roughly $500 million per year, which removed Verizon's mobile activity, but also allowed the company to stream the NFL playoffs to mobile users. Yay! 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 Okay, what else is big? What else is new? What else is grande? Oh, an important discussion in any sort of sports programming is the amount of people watching it outside of homes and locations, including gyms, bars, and airports. Airports, outside of airport bar and restaurant locations, which often have similar setups to bars you'd find elsewhere. They're particularly interesting, as many of the TVs you see in airport concourses and airline lounges aren't run off a deal with a traditional cable or satellite provider. Many of those are instead run by companies like Reach TV that are their own multi-channel video provider and strike their own deals with networks, but for airport locations rather than consumers. Reach TV has struck a multi-year deal for national NFL games, and interestingly enough, they've done it with the NFL itself rather than the local broadcast networks in each airport's area that'll be carrying those games. The deal also includes Reach providing research data to the NFL and airing relevant games in airports based on arriving and departing flights. Yahoo! That's right. You heard me. There's some logic to this for the NFL. This is a way to keep themselves at the top of mind, even for those waiting for a flight or arriving for a flight. Another interesting, albeit more minor angle to this is how and if it might affect out-of-town viewing numbers. Well, we'll just all find out, won't we, kids? Personally, for me, the red zone. All right, that is your media outstretch. And let your media outstretch. We got two more segments, and then we're done for the night. So let's give it to you, kids. Let's go around the world. Women's Champions League qualifying second round. Zytolbud, number one women, defeated Apollonia and Limassol 3-1 in total, 5-2. Slava Prague lost to Arsenal 4-0 in total, 7-0. Brundablick defeated Zenk Oslik 3-0 total, 4-1. Benfica over FC 20 4-0 or 5-1 in total. Juventus Femenil over Villa Anzia Firma 1-0, aggregate 3-0. World Cup qualifying South America, Paraguay defeated Venezuela 2-1, Uruguay defeated Ecuador 1-0. South America, Colombia over Chile 3-1. Personally, I prefer Chile over spaghetti. And Argentina over Bolivia 3-0. And in North and Central America, Panama, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Jamaica, they all tied at 1, while USA whopped Honduras's tailbone 4-1. And guess what? We have but one more little segment left, and we will then bid you all a very pleasant Friday morning, Thursday night. So we say that, and we go like this. In Finnish hockey, TPS Turku over Lukko 5-3. Now let's go to baseball and Japanese baseball. Yokohama Bay Stars, Yomiuri Giants tied at 5. No winner, no loser. Yakult Swallows over the Hanshin Tigers 13-3. Takahashi got the win for the Swallows. He's 3-1. The other Takahashi for the Tigers got the loss. He's 0-1. Hiroshima Carp over the Chinichi Dragons 12-5. Ori got the win for the Carp. He's 4-3. Okada got the loss for the Dragons. He's 0-1. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Nippon Ham Fighters 4-0. Norimoto got the win for Rakuten at 9-5. Verhagen got the loss for the Ham Fighters at 3-7. Chiba Lottie Marines and the York Buffaloes tied at 2. No winner, no loser. So there you go. Okay, we got Japanese action. Let's go to it so we can wrap this puppy up. Samsung Lions over to KT Wiz Swang 8-7. Hong Jong-woo got the win for Samsung. He's 2-0. Kim Jae-yoon got the loss for the Wiz. He's 3-3. Doosan Bears over the NC Dinos 6-2. Choi Won-jun got the win for the Bears. He's 10-3. Shin Min Haik got the loss for the Dinos. He's 6-6. SSG Landers over the Lottie Giants 9-2. Gavagilo got the win for the Landers. He's 2-4. Franco got the loss for the Giants. He's 8-7. LG Twins over the Hanwha Eagles 8-1. Kelly gets the win for the Twins. He's 9-7. Carpenter with the loss to the Eagles. He's 5-11. The Kaiwoom Heroes took over the Kia Tigers 5-3. Jung Chan Hyun got the win for the Heroes. He's 11-2. Kim Hwan Soo got the loss for the Tigers. He's 1-4. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am here to say with no reverence, we as Finn, ladies and gentlemen. We is Finn. We are done. We are finished. Want to remind you, if you want to see the new game show called Frogger, watch it on Peacock. Saturday night, the Rabbi returns to wreak havoc on pro football with his picks. And right now, so far, he's 1-0 after tonight. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Had fun. We're going to have more fun tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and good night to Mandy Summers. Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter, continuing their excellent backing. We'll tell you how good they did on tomorrow. Once again, I don't think there's any games that'll be crossing over to midnight, so we're on 11:35 tomorrow night. Until then, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley for Harry Von Stuttgart and the entire whacked out crew here. Thank you, Matt, for being a part of this, and we'll see you all tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the fine and considerable folks over at the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. See you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. On the West Coast, have a good morning on the East Coast. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bop. Bam.